News. Let's talk about the offensive line a little bit as you head into the season. Obviously, you see a guy like Jake go down, and then you see a guy like Joe step in. Just talk about what you've seen from those guys. Obviously, Joe being a walk-on, making that transition to now starting on this offensive line. Talk about what you've seen from him and guys like Joe and Gavin.
Just going back to spring, this is pretty much the offensive line we had in the spring. So this is pretty much the offensive line we had in the spring. So it's really nothing new for us. We know that those guys are going to play hard, and that's why we trust them to be out there. We know those guys are competitors. They're good learners, and they know the offense, in and out. So we're very confident in those guys, and we know that when we go out there with our five, we're going to play hard.
So you get to play alongside guys like Joe and Gavin. Just talk about seeing them step in, and obviously this offensive line coming under a hole. How's that been like for you guys as you make that transition with Ben as the season goes on?
That just speaks to our culture. It's a next man up mentality we have around here. Obviously, with the sport we play, is very physical, so injuries happen. So, obviously having the depth was real important for us, and just a great thing to have two guys that are able to step right in. Like I said, just going back to the spring, those guys, had a lot of reps in the spring, so it's not like they're new to the line or new to the scheme or whatever the case may be. We just had those guys step in and be ready to compete and play hard.
So I know we talked to you about in the spring about what Coach Cummings was building. Now that this season has gone on, how have you and this offensive line acclimated to what he's building here in Cincinnati?
I think we molded great because Coach Cummings preaches Rob Dent, and that's run off the ball and and dent the front, and that's a mentality that we try to hold each and every week. We want to be the most physical line out there, offense and D-line wise. We want to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and we want to be able to play hard, open up lanes for our running backs, and keep our quarterback protected.
So Coach Cummings, for guys who don't know, is the guy who loves to get up in between the trenches, get real physical up front. Has it been kind of that way, of that motto of tough and nasty throughout the start of the season?
Oh, absolutely. And, we love it. We embrace it. That's who we are, and, that's who we're going to continue to be throughout the season. We just want to be consistent with that. And, obviously, we'll have bumps and bruises, but, what we do around here, we just play through those things, and, we just, play hard. That's all we know how to do.
Awesome. Now 4-1 on the season, heading into homecoming versus USF. Talk about what you're excited for, this atmosphere. Obviously, it's your final homecoming. How excited are you to get back in the NIP, look to make it 30 games in a row, see that student section again? How excited are you guys?
We're very excited. We're very excited just for another opportunity to go out there and compete in front of the Nipper. It's an amazing atmosphere, tremendous atmosphere. We love all the fans that come out and show us support. We really couldn't ask for anything more. So, it's very exciting to be able to play at home, first and foremost, because, this is a great city, and, we're just honored to be here.
Now, we elaborate on that a little bit. Looking to make it 30 in a row, obviously 29 in a row at Nippert. As players, how exciting is that for you guys? Obviously, second longest win streak at home in college football. Talk about how exciting that is to be able to do and win as many dominant games in your home stadium as you guys have.
It's definitely exciting, but just to point back to what I mean about culture, that's who we are. We play hard, especially at home, because we take pride in playing at home, and it's a certain chip we carry on our shoulder when we play at home, because we're not gonna let anybody come in our house and take what's ours. That's why we train so hard in the off season. That's why we run the stadiums. Obviously, unfortunately, I wasn't here for all 30, but I'm here for a good amount of it, and I've carried that with me, and I was able to buy right into it because this is my home now, and obviously I play hard when I'm at home, and that's just how we are here. We don't let anybody come in here and take what's ours.
So when we spoke to Jabari earlier this afternoon, he kind of mentioned that family culture, that it was more than a team culture for homecoming. It was more like the family that has been built over the last few years. How exciting is that to have that culture in the locker room like your guys' is?
It's very exciting. I could personally say this is probably the most cohesive unit I've been on in terms of team and offensive line wise. So it's very exciting. It's an honor to truly go out there and play every weekend with your brothers and guys that you've built relationships with, and those guys are going to have your back, and that you're going to fight for those guys, and those guys are going to fight for you. So it's really family oriented here, and that's just something I can say I'm very proud of.
Awesome. My final question for you is, what are you looking from the students ahead of this Saturday's contest to get out there and support you guys?
You said, where am I looking for the students?
Yeah, looking forward for the students to bring out the student body.
Just bring the noise. Do what you guys have always been doing this year, and let's come and be loud and make it hard for the other team and give us the true home advantage that we have in Nippert.
Awesome. Thank you, James.
No problem.